Hey there, film fans. I'm Jeff.
I'm Dave.
And I'm John, and welcome back to The Love of Cinema, a pod in which we'll challenge one another to discuss movies, both new and old, with a strictly positive critical eye.
That's right, and to avoid lazy negativity, we've decided to make this episode a drinking game.
I am shocked and surprised.
So anytime we say anything negative at all about this film, about each other, about how Dave also has 4 skin jobs walking the streets, you're going to hear this sound? That sound means we're taking a drink, and we hope you drink along with us.
We've heard this story. No, I don't.
Oh, my God.
So,
That's good.
pour yourself a glass as we go to an alternate future where Harrison Ford goes from shooting robots to, hey, I'm going to fuck that vacuum cleaner in one scene. Just like Jeff.
Cheers. Bottoms up. We are, of course, talking about Blade Runner 1982, specifically the final cut, which was released by Warner Brothers in 2002 and apparently is the only one in which director Ridley Scott had full 100% creative control over.
And no one has ever talked about it before, so. Yeah.
So we're talking about that. Why? Because the random year generator spun 1982, a year we have been to before. Can you boys remember what movies we've talked about from the year 1982?
Oh, boy. Dave, you never guess, dude. I want you to tell me.
I don't remember the beginning of the 80s.
All right.
Oh, come on.
Well,
didn't you and I have a really good conversation with Jack Daniel about one of these? John Carpenter.
You did 3 films that time.
Oh, They Live was out. Yeah.
No.
No.
The Thing.
No, The Thing.
And then Grease 2.
Yeah. and that was was it really that bad?
We ambushed him with that one.
And one of my favorites, The Verdict.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I remember listening to that at LBI. I was not there that weekend. We did one more, though, and it was not part of the Random Year Generator series. It just predated the Random Year, but it was a 1982 movie. Do you know what it was?
Did we do fucking First Blood?
No. Although we did talk about it because I watched it and we talked about it for a while. No, we did The Year of Living Dangerously.
Did.
Oh,
that's
shit.
even an Australian one. I should hang my hat.
Yeah, you really should. Dave? That's right. And then, of course, we did it in the summer blockbuster face-off. We talked about the highest-grossing summer movie of 1982. But we won't spoil that. If you're new to the show and you want to just get to our conversation about Blade Runner 1982, specifically the final cut, which, of course, is very readily available. And it's pretty much the only one, I think, that comes up when you Google it now, except for, obviously, the Denis Villeneuve 2049. Then scoot ahead, check the chapter notes, go ahead, check the show notes. It's very clear of when we start that conversation. We also give you a year in the review, what was going on in 1982 to set up some context. I think that really helps. And we have a lot of fun drinking and talking about stuff from 1982. So get along with us drinking and having fun talking about movies, what you've been watching at the end of the show. We're going to rate Blade Runner right now, though, if you want to stick around for a second to see what we thought of it. And then if you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see that logo the entire time. We have to stick with it and then eventually either fight for our positions or be swayed. And I think that's it. I have one mini review. Anything else I missed, you guys, before we get into the sponsors and intro here?
No, I think that's great.
All right.
Do our vote first, and
let's
then
do our vote. Let's do it. Okay. Here, I'll do a drum roll. 3, 2, 1, and vote. Whoa! I'm a little surprised. Dave gave it a gold star. Jeff, I gave it a great. John gave it a good. There are 6 choices, so.
I gave it it was okay.
Oh, so good is like a smiley face. Oh my God, John.
Yeah.
Ooh, John, that's low.
And I know, and you'll understand when I start talking about it because I'm excited for you guys to inspire me, and I'll give you context when we get there. But
this is a positive film podcast, John. I can't wait.
Oh, come on. I didn't say
you voted. I know, but you gave it a less than 50%, basically.
Come on.
Okay. We got to get
All right.
Okay,
we have sponsors. Carlos Barroso makes beer. cbarroso.beer. Check the show notes. Dasein makes music. DASEIN. Music available on all the usual music platforms. He provides the music on our episodes. This one, the last one, the next one, all of it. Dasein, DASEIN. Check the show notes if you want the links. Go to wherever you download music and listen.
Great. So I'm going to do my mini review quickly, and then we can do some news and shoot the shit about some stuff that's going on too, unless anybody has anything they want to add before I get into this.
No, go for it.
So Marty Supreme is not my mini review because John did it last week. I am going to talk about it and what you've been watching. So please stick around for what you've been watching. I can't wait to talk about it a little bit more specifically with John. Dave, I imagine you haven't seen it quite yet, right?
Not yet.
That's okay. Sorry to call you out like that. You've seen other good movies and it's awesome. But at the very end of the episode, what you've been watching, I'm going to do Marty Supreme. So stick around. I'm going to do one we haven't talked about, and I bet you we didn't think we'd talk about. But are you ready?
Yeah.
Angela and I saw Song Sung Blue, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. Okay, It started out pretty cheesy with cheesy writing tropes, and it ended way too over-dramatized. But the 80% or so... What the fuck, man? I just got started here. But I would honestly...
Don't start with that shit.
Skin jobs!
Okay. Fucking... What? I'm looking at my notes and I can't buzz you quick enough. You fucking... Dave, my thing's going too slow.
Oh,
I can't... Fucking hell, I can't buzz you. Okay, well, you got away with one. Okay, anyway, the 80% of the movie in the middle was perfectly good.
Apparently it
was perfectly good. I think, okay, so here's what works best. I think, first of all, the marketing of it is basically like Neil Diamond cover acts, brings them together, and it's about like the power of music and all that. That is definitely not what this movie is about to me at all. I don't think it's a rags to riches story, like they became big and successful and famous. I don't think it's an underdog story, like nobody counted on them, but they were great the whole time, and then they just found their niche, which was this Neil Diamond cover band or anything. It's not even about really reinventing yourself or even about Neil Diamond's music. I swear in my life, I really don't think it's very much about Neil Diamond's music, even though they're in a Neil Diamond cover band and got famous doing it. To me, it's about how Hugh's character kind of says it at the end, but it's just about like people trying to do the best they can. And in this case, these two families trying to do their best they can, and they needed something to sort of sweep them together into each other's lives, and that glue that kept them together just happened to be Neil Diamond's music. But it's tough. It's like a tough middle class American story. And they're just trying to be gig workers and they're trying to do what they love to do and they fucking struggle and they can't be successful at the thing that makes them happy that they're working really hard at. And it's darker than I expected. And even though they do all of Neil Diamond's music, they don't sit there and be like, aha, this is so great, so I'm going to sing a great Neil Diamond song about being great. Like, they don't do that at all. And it's dark. There's a lot of dark shit that happens in this movie, and the performances are actually really great. So I think the marketing did this movie a disservice. And maybe that's the reason I liked it better than I thought. But I liked it better than I thought. There you go.
Dude, I feel like recently I know I mentioned it with Caught Stealing, and I think another time it came up recently where I just felt like the marketing really undercut the substance.
Yeah.
Why are they scared to tell people that movies are going to go deeper than just that initial plotline thing?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that happens in some of the trailers I watch, for TV that's going to be coming out. Like, they're going for the drama if it's dramatic. They're going for the comedy if it's comedy. Why are they trying to make everything look like it's soft around the edges in theatrical
that
trailers?
happened at the end of like COVID, where they're like, well, I'm not going to go out and spend $40 to be made feel like shit. So they make it seem entertainment and light.
But there's a catharsis there too. Like, all these movies are going to like deliver
the
something.
thing is, they do, but the fact that everyone's locked in their house and whatever, and you couldn't go to a theater, like, it made them feel like they don't want to. They want to get their money's worth if they're going to go out to a theater now.
Yeah,
everyone's
I'm glad I said what I
changed.
said, because the beginning really does make it seem like it's going to be cheap. Like, he goes to a covers night. And then he refuses to be the impersonator that he's supposed to be impersonating. And it's like, well, you agreed to it. And so, like, there's like a little story-ish thing where you're like, well, this is a movie. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as that happens, like, you agreed to be an impersonator and then you show up and said you're not going to impersonate anybody, you just want to be yourself. And then we know you're going to be a Neil Diamond impersonator. So not great. And then again, the end was over-dramatized. But I feel like once you got the plot in motion, everything you said, I believe is 100% true. It was dark and they were desperate for catharsis, and I think they got it.
Jeff,
the performances are good. They're both nominated for SAGs. They're both nominated for SAG Awards. So that's part of the reason that I decided to say, fuck it, I want to watch it. Because Bugonia wasn't nominated for an acting award, and this was nominated for 2. So the nominating committee decided to put this on and not Bugonia, and I was like, I'm very curious to see why. And I think they delivered. Although I love Bugonia performances better, but that's okay. It was really good.
That's crazy. I didn't realize they were not nominated. Jeff sent Dave and I, and I think maybe Matt and Mark too, an article with a little bit about how Gen Z and Gen Alpha are starting to appreciate and attend movie theaters more than they ever have, it seems like, which is great. And I think these two examples, Caught Stealing and this movie, are, I mean, this is a business, and both of those movies, from where I'm sitting, they have lost money because of the way that they marketed them. They wanted people to think like, you're going to have a good time, as opposed to being like, no, you're going to come in here and we're going to have a good time, and we're going to challenge you, and we're going to make you feel something, and then you're going to walk out satisfied.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm finding it weird when I'm basically middle-aged now, weird as it is to say, and I'm watching trailers for movies that are being advertised for people older than me. And no disrespect for people older than me, but I'm just surprised when I feel out of touch or too young. I just feel like I wonder what they're going for. It sounds like they wanted the beautiful noise crowd because it was a Broadway show about Neil Diamond's life, and they just wanted it to be a sing-songy feel-good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they did that, but not a single movie trailer made me want to see this movie. The SAG nominations actually made me want to see this.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. Very good. Well, I should go see it anyway. I have been thinking. I bet there's some there. You know, Hugh Jackman is no slouch. Kate Hudson is, when she really taps in, she's fucking, you know, I've always enjoyed her a lot. I feel like she doesn't work as much as I want her to.
Hugh does a pretty generic American accent. She's
doing a comedy series at the moment.
Oh, right. She's got the LA basketball.
Yeah.
Filmed in LA. It's one of the shows that they're filming here.
When you hear her like authentic, I think they're from Milwaukee, or if they're from somewhere in Wisconsin over there, Minnesota, Wisconsin, I put together a lot. When you hear her start talking in her accent, you're gonna be like, oh shit, all right, yeah, she's dropped into that and she's doing that. That's great.
Good.
Yeah,
good, nice. Okay. All right.
Any news you guys want to get to? Anything you want to talk about?
I think the only thing that I saw that was of note was that Paramount's power bid is still not working out for them, and Ted Sarandos has officially announced that he does not want to interrupt the 45-day window that is agreed upon between exhibitors, which are movie theaters, and studios and production companies that are releasing movies and distributing them into movie theaters. So that is something that we will be able to point to if he backs away from that or changes his mind in the future. Still looks like Netflix is going to take Warner Brothers. But he has announced, and again, I'm not talking shit about Ted Sarandos. He's a very impressive human being. I have had the pleasure of being in the same room with him and listening to him talk, and he seemed like the genuine fucking article. He really did. And he has also said that he wants Netflix to support Warner Brothers and HBO in their endeavors. And he wants Warner Brothers to have box office success. And he wants HBO to keep doing its fucking flagship thing that it has been at the tip of the spear of since it started. So God, I hope he's telling the truth. I just hope he's telling the truth, because that would be fucking amazing if that studio and HBO had Netflix's money and they could just go, you know, like full bar, do what you do best, no censoring at all. I don't know.
Well, Netflix doesn't have any money after this deal, so.
Their stock is going down like crazy. So actually their new offer is going to have to be more cash, because now their stock isn't as valuable. So the offer that they gave has actually been devalued.
It wouldn't surprise me if Paramount employed a company to come in and fuck with their stock price.
Did you guys see?
Yeah, but that's hard to do on that scale.
No,
that's hard.
It's not.
I mean, it's what? Okay, I know you got some insider knowledge, but we're talking big time.
I'm not picking on.
I just think they got bad. I think Netflix just got bad news. I think the news might have helped. Maybe they didn't. I don't think Paramount needed to, but maybe you're right, Dave.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Well, we don't know enough.
The story I can tell you, I'm going to have to tell you offline.
Yes, and you probably shouldn't tell us offline, to be honest with you. Well, of course, the unions are going to strike again, but that's for another time. It's
for sure. Yes, that is definitely going to happen. What the fuck?
Well, they might not strike, but it's with the deals.
All the productions that go offshore again, and
well, we're all guys. No pressure, Mr. Nolan, but I kind of feel like the entire town is seeing what he's going to do. He, as a representative of a larger guild, of course, the Directors Guild.
Are you talking about the Odyssey? No, I'm kidding. You're talking about the Directors Guild.
God, have you guys seen the trailer for that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
It looks so good.
I've seen the short trailer, not the 6 minutes one.
Yes, I have not seen that, but I heard that's amazing too. It's the entire Trojan horse sequence I heard, and I heard it's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, speaking of that is going to delay Spider-Man's IMAX screens a week. So Spider-Man is going to have to open with no IMAX sales because they have an exclusive 3-week deal with IMAX for Christopher Nolan, and Spider-Man is coming out week 3. And the Dune movie is coming out the same weekend as Avengers Doomsday, I think. And so they're going to have to fight over IMAX screens. So we're having a real IMAX battle going on.
Did you hear that? Like, it's not as cool when they initiate it, but apparently Chalamet and Downey Jr., have announced that they want it to be Doomsday, just like Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
They want to try to make like
that.
I
Too
know,
soon.
it's just not as cool.
It's
I
too
love
soon.
both of them, but I wish they hadn't said themselves. At least have your publicist like plant that in the fucking newspapers, right? Like,
no,
Yeah,
someone
it's going to be Doomsday for them too, and we decide not to go that
someone
weekend.
came
to
out
fuck
with
'em.
that on the internet a couple of weeks ago, and I think they've just run with it.
sure. You're probably right. I'm sure they didn't scheme it together. But anyway, love both of them. I am excited to see both of those movies, I guess. And that's someone who is, I have not kept up with Marvel at all, but I have a feeling that one might be worth seeing. Do you think so, Dave?
Yeah.
What's your impression so far as a diehard? Do you think it's going to be good, or do you think it's going to
I think it's going to be epic.
feel?
There are going to be
Okay.
epic moments. There are going to be things you didn't see coming. It's like,
Is he a
it's
good
them
villain?
doing-
I don't know anything about that character.
Apparently. At this
Okay.
point, yes.
Okay.
Stay tuned, listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have
Let's
enough
see.
info to decide that.
We
but
don't
yeah.
have the information.
I liked First Steps, so I'll probably go see this. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking rock this shit, Jeff.
All right,
what happened
1982.
in
We've been
1982,
here.
dude?
We've been here a couple times. Do you want to guess what was the highest grossing movie? I'm using the numbers because for some reason Box Office Mojo was still only doing domestic receipts. So on the numbers, 1982, what was the highest grossing movie that came out this year? I bet you can guess. I bet you can.
Was
Dave,
this the
Dave,
ET year?
guess. Yes. Yes, it was the ET year. Let's see if this actually works this time. Yes, Dave comes through. John would have never guessed that. I'm kidding. But John, can you
Never.
guess the number 2 highest grossing movie? According to the numbers, I actually feel like Box Office Mojo might have had a different one. But according to, Box Office Mojo had them switched, but it's because they only did domestic receipts. So I'll give you partial credit if you get one of 2 answers. But according to the international numbers that the numbers are giving, second highest grossing movie, 82.
Wow, it's not Ingmar Bergman's Fanny and Alexander, I'm guessing. So I think I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with Fast Times at Ridgemont High for the one that's only domestic, or First Blood.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High is at number 26.
Not even close.
Swing and a miss.
Took
although
a
again-
risk
Again,
and
all of that.
failed.
Again, all of that was domestic. What was the second one you said?
First Blood.
First Blood, but I could also see Tootsie just like randomly fucking crushing it.
First Blood came in 6th. So we'll give you
Not
First
terrible,
Blood.
Not terrible.
And Tootsie was the domestic winner outside of
There you
E.T.
go.
That is correct. Tootsie came in 3rd with $177 million, but they do not have the international receipts on here. So they give it to Rocky 3. Rocky 3 came in 2nd. So to
Awesome.
recap,
Awesome.
E.T., Rocky 3, that is, of course, the Mr. T one, Tootsie number 3, An Officer and a Gentleman number 4, and believe it or not, guys, Gandhi number 5. And
Wow, good for them.
that's got to be some good marketing of we had 100,000 extras in a scene. Come see it
Yeah.
in the big screen. Come see this 3-hour slow-moving movie.
Shame
Let's
if
go.
you don't come see this.
We had one
movie.
entire
Yeah.
Indian neighborhood in one scene.
Yeah, and they all showed up because none of them were employed.
Why
Number
is my
6.
drink light on? Is my light on in someone's
Cancelled.
panel?
No, it's not. But how's that?
Fine.
Number 6 is First Blood, as I said. Number 7, guys, Steven Spielberg didn't direct it, but he sure made a lot of money off of
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. That's
Nice.
right. Number 8 is Porky's, which had a whole lot of domestic receipts too, but no international numbers according to
Yeah,
the
Porky's
numbers.
was a drive-in movie.
Well, you probably saw it the next year. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, an awesome one, comes in at number 9. Khan! One of the best one-word lines. Right up there was Stella. And number 10, guys, Das Boot.
Has a
Das
silent
Boot.
T
This
on
is
it.
according to the
Ooh.
numbers. But because it's another previous one that I forgot to mention at the top of the show because I didn't get my thing loaded, another one we've
Yep.
talked about in the
Yep.
past.
Conan
Conan the Barbarian comes
With
in at
Mark.
number 11. We did it
with
with
Mark
Mark.
of the
That
Mad
was
Mark movie
that was
show.
the first time that Mark held the record. No, he held the record for the most buzzes in that show too for a while.
For a very long
Frozen-
time.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
liked the
Conan,
movie.
baby.
There's a lot of good movies on here. Fast Times World According to Garp, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Annie actually came in 14th. The Verdict made a lot of money. Dark Crystal came out this year and made plenty of money. And our movie Blade Runner made $39 million or so. I think if you look at IMDb, it says $41 million. And they decided to come out 2 weeks after E.T., but this is still in the world where it's like, it was just hard to get, they didn't have multiplexes at the same way, even in 1982.
That's why it took me a year to see it.
E.T. totally, it didn't come out, I looked it up. Blade Runner came out in Australia in like November of the year. It didn't come out until late. But in America, it came out June 25th. E.T. came out June 11th. And apparently its legs were so long that it fucked over Blade Runner. Both kind of sci-fi movies. One more adult, of course. But anyway, any other movies you guys want to talk about that made some money or that you just like?
There are several that I think are super important. Diner, which, was definitely... it's
Levinson
worthwhile.
was on one of the podcasts I was listening to recently.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was Barry Levinson's
several that were
real
super
breakout.
important, and then mentions a movie I've never heard of.
Oh, come on. Well, Barry Levinson, he had already written like some other movies, but anyway, that was his first one that he directed. Night Shift, one of Ron Howard's early movies. They gave us Michael Keaton, dude. I feel like he would not nearly have the... Anyway, I feel like that really launched him out of there. Missing, Jack Lemmon gets his Oscar, right? Doesn't he get his Oscar for this?
No. I mean, Ben Kingsley won for Gandhi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I always confuse this one with the one that he won.
Missing did come out for, so.
Oscar for, and I can't remember.
Who is it? Say it again. Who was it?
Jack Lemmon.
Missing. Jack Lemmon has two. He won for Saves the Tiger in 1973, and I think he won for another one.
No one can forget about Piranha 2, The Spawning. Don't forget about it. And I do think it's important to mention The Year of Living Dangerously. We all dug that movie, and I don't think enough people think about that movie. Dave wanted us to do Tron, or at least put it out there, and I have still never seen that movie.
Oh,
but that's something to consider. I don't know if I want to see it, but I will see it for the show. And of course, I can't say it enough. The weird movie that Martin Scorsese made because Robert De Niro begged him to make it, and he didn't really want to make
King
it, but
Kong
he made
so
it
good.
anyway.
Made no money.
The King of Comedy. That movie is incredible. It was just so interesting to learn that he did not even want to make it. He had trouble being motivated while he's making it, and it's definitely one of his best movies. It's weird and unusual, and we would not have Joker without it. That movie is fucking
we watched that
became.
together, right? And we were just losing our minds. De Niro talking to himself in his mom's basement. Like, oh my God, it's brilliant.
Robert Pipkin.
Okay, cool. So Gandhi, the little award stuff, because the only other news I would say is that Tron is the first feature film to use computer animation extensively. And the Coca-Cola company acquired Columbia Pictures for $750 million. How about that? But awards really quick. Gandhi would win Best Picture and Best Director for Richard Attenborough. Supposedly, he went up to Steven Spielberg and said, "You got robbed." Supposedly, but he did a clean sweep, BAFTA, Golden Globe, Academy Awards.
It's very nice
Richard
of him
Attenborough.
to say that, isn't it? It's very
easy to say when you won.
Easy to say stuff when you've got an Oscar in your hand.
Don't touch
exactly. Actors Ben Kingsley, except Dustin Hoffman, would win for comedy for Tootsie at the Golden Globes. Best Actress was Meryl Streep for Sophie's Choice, but Katharine Hepburn for On Golden Pond would beat her at the BAFTA. But I'm pretty sure that came out for the Oscars a different year. So I think Katharine Hepburn would win her fourth Oscar for On Golden Pond, but not in 1980.
Wow.
I think that movie came out in America in a different year. And then Louis Gossett Jr. won for supporting actor for An Officer and a Gentleman, beating Jack Nicholson for Reds, which also came out in a different year. But he won for the BAFTA. I think Reds was a different year, right? Movie. I think that was 81, Reds. Yeah, Louis Gossett, amazing. And Jessica Lange would win supporting actress for Tootsie. She has 2 Oscars. The other ones were one of the Woody Harrelson she did. John Williams would win for E.T. He only has 5 Oscars considering how many scores he did. Like, I still can't believe he didn't win for Jurassic Park, but I think he was up against himself. And screenplays would go to Missing and Gandhi. And a couple other things. Palme d'Or, Missing won the Palme d'Or, and it tied with Yol, which is a Turkish film. The Golden Lion would go to a Wim Wenders film, shout out to Paris, Texas, which is the state of things. And the Golden Bear would go to a Fassbinder movie. And I think John's tried to get us to do a Fassbinder movie in the past, but this was Die Schönsucht der Veronika Voss won the Golden Bear.
Guys, the Turkish movie Yol, the one, quick little anecdote. And someone needs to fact check this on me because I've read this anecdote before, heard it because my uncle was actually associated with the director who made that movie at one point. This director was arrested and in prison while he made half of this movie. When he found out it got into Cannes, he broke out and went to the Cannes Film Festival. And unbelievable, like badass.
Did they show up and they were like, but people were like, what?
He is one of like the OG Turkish filmmakers.
Bring me a cake to celebrate my win.
Do they have an extradition treaty with Turkey? Like, how?
I've got to make this movie someday. It's crazy. Do they not have a best animation yet? Because Don Bluth's The Secret of Nim came out this year.
Well, guys, remember the best animation category didn't come out until Beauty and the Beast almost won Best Picture. And then everybody went, holy shit, it was up for Best Picture. And they're like, we need to have a separate category for these. So it wasn't until the 90s that we had a best animation category.
Well, this was still a big year for like that kind of entertainment because Dark Crystal and Secret of Nim came out same year. Those are like formative movies
read that book
for my generation.
In like 5th grade. Nim is fucked up. Nim is fucked up. All right.
Really good. What a year.
I have a couple teeny tiny stats here. You ready?
Go.
The economy in 1982 actually entered a severe recession and labor market conditions deteriorated throughout the year. The unemployment rate was already a historic high. It reached 10.8. Right now we're at like 3 something. 10.8, higher than any time post World War II history. Yeah, thanks Reaganomics.
But stock options.
But in 1982, the Securities and Exchange Commission passed Rule 10b-18, which created a legal process for buybacks and opened the floodgates for company to purchase their own stocks en masse, which is such bullshit because the world had an economic issue. There were the employees didn't have fucking jobs, and what they did is, how about we make ourselves feel better by manipulating the market and pretending like we had more value, and really we're just taking our profits and instead of reinvesting it in employees who can buy things and get paid well and boost the market from the inside out. Instead, we're just going to fucking buy our stocks back to flood the stock price to make it seem like everything's great when all we're doing is putting whipped cream on shit. I fucking hate buybacks. I hate them.
Oh my God. That is so good. I knew this was coming. I've been waiting all week for it. I knew this was going to happen.
You remember that last time I did this rant was about Disney last week and it was about 1982?
I didn't know you ended up on stock buybacks.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Also,
it's so
1982,
true, but so funny how you express yourself.
Just look at what we have now. We have all monopolies who are only competing with themselves, and because there's no new products coming out, they're all competing over AI, which isn't even profitable. What if we're so fucked? Like, how is it not going to crash at some point? I don't know. I don't want to be the guy in the bomb shelter, but like, they're all investing in AI, which is not profitable. So how is it possible that we get to the other side of this? Like, at least if you want Apple stock and Tesla stock, like, it makes sense what happened, but
we're going to have to go move in with Matt into his basement so we can watch all those DVDs because there's not going to be any internet.
I know, and I'm not going to be able to access all of the Amazon movies I bought.
Jeez, his mom's going to be pissed.
Nice, Dave. That was good. That's really good.
Mom wife.
That's really good. Guys, let's talk about pricing. 1982, a gallon of milk cost $2.24. Bacon was $1.79 for a 1-pound package. Eggs were 79 cents a dozen. The sticker price on a 1982 Buick Regal was $7,999. And you could buy a Lincoln Town Car for $13,491. And I feel like all those cars looked exactly the same. Tell me they did it.
Just big old...
How about this, guys? You ready? Compact disc players went on sale in Japan. And the first issue of USA Today hit the newsstands in Baltimore and Washington. How about that? Those are big. Diet Coke, Crystal...
Sony released the compact disc player in Japan before going worldwide.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, they're from Japan, so I guess it makes sense. I don't think they can just mass manufacture this. So, yeah. Diet Coke, Crystal Light, Pepsi Free, French's Bold and Spicy Mustard, and Viennetta all appeared on grocery store shelves for the first time. Anheuser-Busch launched Bud Light in 1982. And the brand's, Dave's favorite brand, Adobe, Compact, E-Trade, Great Clips, Jackson Hewitt, Kenneth Cole, Newman's Own, Silicon Valley Bank, and Vera Bradley were all founded this year. The first episode of the Late Night with David Letterman show premiered this year with Bill Murray as Letterman's first guest. Marvin Gaye released his last studio album, Midnight Love, that featured sexual healing. It's too bad that was his last. That kind of sounds like it would have,
and before anyone emails the show
many more.
Thinking, I like Adobe, I just want to say they're money-grabbing fucks. So...
Wow. I guess we're not getting that sponsor. Okay.
It's not brought to you by Adobe. I thought my joke was pretty good. Marvin Gaye's last studio album had Sexual Healing, which I thought would have conceived many more. But no.
You thought it was worth repeating? You thought we missed it?
It's the second coming.
Say it again. Third time we might,
Michael Jackson released Thriller this year, his 6th studio album. It featured hit songs like Billie Jean, Beat It, Human Nature, and the eponymous Thriller. Over the years, about 110,000 copies of Thriller have been sold.
So I was
supposedly.
at camp then when this year, I guess, because I
hope he didn't go to your camp, if you know what I mean.
No, we kept sneaking off into the woods.
I hope he didn't find you in the woods, if you know what I mean.
But they to stop us sneaking into the woods, they put everyone in the hall and put Thriller on. It scared the shit out of nobody stuck out that night.
That's pretty smart, Dave. That's actually pretty smart.
Jeff, you said 110,000 copies. Did you mean 110 million?
Yeah.
And even that, honestly, if you had said even more than that, I would be like, yeah, sure. That's crazy. Wow.
There are for anybody who's ever gone on a deep dive about the certifications, there's 2 different certifications. There's what are reported by the labels, and there are the RIAA verified sales, and the numbers are always wildly different. So they say there's 110,000, but I don't think they have 110,000 receipts. 110 million receipts. It's probably like half that. There's probably like 50 million certified, but 110 million is what I fucking read. So there you go. The breakup of AT&T monopoly was ordered. Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands, which I believe was in The Crown for my Crown fans. Can you imagine Argentina invading a country after all of these fucking people around the world trying to invade countries right now? Argentina. Epcot opens. Guys, do you guys know what Epcot stands for?
No.
Experimental Community of Tomorrow.
Wow, I did not know it was an acronym.
That fucking backfired, didn't it?
Almost an acronym.
Well, it's a weird name, if not, right?
Yeah.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. is dedicated. The first commercial use of genetic engineering is launched. And then here we go. Here's some fun. I'm going to finish up quick. Popular baby names. I don't see either of your names. Michael, Christopher, Matthew, Jason, Jennifer, Jessica, Amanda, and Sarah.
And that's why
pretty generic names
Jason
nowadays.
In there for sure. Jason,
what a name. Yeah,
name of the
after
80s.
when was Halloween? Halloween was before this, right? The average life expectancy at birth was 70 years for men and 78 years for women. That is a very big difference.
Holy shit.
Men keep saying shit.
Oh my God. That's
man. The cost of a Super Bowl ad was
8 years of bliss. Just pure
for women.
Pure
for women.
Yeah.
The cost of a Super Bowl ad was $324,000. Must-have back-to-school supplies include pencil cases, manual pencil sharpeners, square metal lunchboxes, Mead composition notebooks, and up to the knee gym socks. Up to the knee gym socks, just like the NBA.
When do you think the Trapper Keeper came out?
Oh,
when do you think that?
Was it before the 90s? Because I mean,
I think it was the 90s.
They're like, this folder has Velcro.
Dave, let's see if you can remember any of these. Favorite holiday gifts: BMX bikes, the Arcadia 2001 game console, Smurfs, the Atari 5200 Super System, Trivial Pursuit, and Strawberry Shortcake. Why was Strawberry Shortcake a holiday gift?
There was a doll.
It's a doll. It's a doll. Fucking shut up.
I didn't know that. Trivial Pursuit, though. I like that was a gift. That's fun.
I think that was pretty new this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Most popular TV shows.
People gave it to stupid people for when they come around for parties.
Most popular TV shows: 5 to 1, Dynasty 5, Magnum PI 4, number 3, MASH, number 2, Dallas, and number 1, 60 Minutes. Which is having.
I was just about to say, what beat Dallas in 1982? Only 60 minutes. Wow.
Tough.
Wow.
60 Minutes is having a tough time right now, thanks to other.
Was that around like the season, the Who Shot JR season? Because I don't think anything beat Dallas that year.
Before then. I feel like it was before then, but I could be wrong.
We've talked about it, haven't we? Yeah, I feel like that has come up.
And last but not least, guys, here are 10 cool food and beverage trends for the year.
John's favorite.
Delicious.
Number 10, Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Number 9, sun-dried tomatoes. It's weird.
Interesting.
Number 8, Sloppy Joes. Sloppy Joes. I know how you like them. Nice and sloppy.
Yeah.
Number 7, Reese's Pieces. Did you know?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Guys, did you know Wait, I'll give you one guess. Quick guess. Why were Reese's Pieces so popular in 1982? This is good.
Because of Reagan? No, he liked jelly beans. He liked jelly
That's
beans.
hilarious. Dave, you have a guess?
I do not have a guess. What?
They were E.T.'s favorite candy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God,
I
yes.
thought he liked M&M's.
No, that's the... No,
Reese's Pieces.
exactly. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
God, what a sequence.
Cool.
What a good sequence.
Number 6, pink peppercorns.
What
I don't
the
know
fuck?
what the fuck that. I don't know. Number 5, pasta primavera and pasta salad.
Sure.
Number 4, lobster bisque. I do love a lobster
Weird.
bisque. I hate that.
Good.
They fill
It's
me
good.
up.
It
I
is
love
good.
it.
I had
Number
that
3.
for the first time in a while.
Number
recently.
3, ready?
Popular.
Number 3, kiwi. The fruit with the bright green pulp and the strawberry-like taste became the fruit of the 80s, according
Finally
to
got a
this
leg in the
site.
market.
Number 2, we've said this one before, creme brulee. You can make this elegant dessert with 5 simple ingredients: cream, vanilla, salt,
timeless.
eggs, and sugar.
Timeless top 10.
And number 1, food and beverage trend from 1982 is Bartles and James wine coolers. Wine
What the
coolers.
fuck?
Coming here at number 1, the
everyone
most
was
popular
pissed
food
in the
and
80s.
beverage trend, at least
How
when it
did
comes to
that-
the cool factor. How
God.
could it not? How could it not? All right. Are you guys
That's
ready
good. That's
now?
funny.
Are you
That's
officially
funny.
ready to segue into our conversation about 1982's Blade Runner, but the final cut? So in a weird way, 2002's Blade Runner, the final cut.
Now, before we do this, I know I've got a gold star.
2007. I got it wrong. Fuck. Dave, I said it at the beginning of the episode. Does it matter? Do you think anybody cares?
Right?
2007. Should
Yeah,
we
yeah,
change
I
it at the
thought so.
beginning of the show or no?
No,
No.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Look, I'm just thinking, like, we're judging this based on Blade Runner as a whole or this film?
You have
decide.
liberty to express that however you want, because I'm curious what you're
I
going
feel
to say about it now that
Okay.
you just said that.
How many
This-
times have you all seen this? Well, hold on. How many times have you all seen this?
6 or 7.
And how many
This
different?
is
You've probably seen all 3 versions. Jay, have you ever seen the one with the voiceover?
Yes.
Did you see it since the 80s?
No.
Okay. John, how many times have you seen this movie?
This is my second time, and I do not remember the first version I watched, if it had a voiceover or not.
It did not. I watched it with you and I didn't. Because
Were we
all
together? Okay.
all we did was freak out about Vangelis.
Okay.
And we called them
We
Vangelis.
did-
I'm gonna move
That's
down.
where it all began,
We
wasn't it? That's where the
freaked out.
Vangelis...
Wait. Whoa. Wait, alert. Dave, what are you doing? Why are you lowering your score?
Because
just lowered.
I'm giving it based on Blade Runner as a whole and how much I enjoy the whole experience.
You can do that. You're welcome to do that.
But
Yeah, you can
in
do that,
reviewing
dude.
this movie is great.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think you're the resident expert on this. This is only my second time seeing this all the way through, I have to admit, too. So, Dave, you're the resident expert. Do you want to get us started with that? You want to get into it?
Yeah. Do you want to do the description? IMDb thing?
Do you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to do your fucking job? Do you want...
You think I know what my job is? Fuck, no.
We've done 301
Wine
of these.
coolers.
I know, but I
Pasta primavera.
well, after last week was such a high here that yeah, I just need some more pasta primavera and then I'll get into it. Or some
Carbo.
Barts and whatever that was.
Someone
wine
called
coolers.
Jason.
Yeah, I couldn't remember their
All right.
names. The couple that invented the wine coolers that took 1982 by storm. Jeez.
Okay. So this was a renter. Dave probably owns it. I
do.
almost bought the package, but it was only 3 movies. And so I was like, yeah. And it was
Yeah.
on sale on Amazon, but
$24.99
like
for
John
the 3
said-
Blade Runners. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, not quite.
It's. I mean, it's not worth it. It's good enough to. This version's good enough to stand on its own.
Hmm.
I do want to see 2049 again, mostly because of our boy Roger Deakins. Yes.
Oh, that was in
I
there
still
too.
like-
Okay, cool.
That's in
Yes,
the, that
the
was in the
theatrical
bundle.
cut,
That was
the
in the
theatrical
bundle.
cut, the final cut, and then the 2049.
Ah,
That's the
yeah,
okay.
package on
Yeah,
available
that
for
might be worth it.
$24.99 on
But
Amazon.
did the theatrical
Except
cut have
I
the
already own
voiceover?
both.
I would love to hear the voiceover. I would love to hear it. Okay. Anyway, a Blade Runner. I love to just say a Blade Runner. Like we all fucking know what a Blade Runner is.
We do.
Okay. A Blade Runner must pursue and terminate
that's
4
right.
replicants who stole a ship in space and have returned to Earth to find their creator, Screenplay is by Hampton Fancher, David Webb Peoples, based on the Philip K. Dick book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Loosely based off of that, of course. But anyway.
Yeah.
Loosely.
What'd you think? What'd you feel? He also died during the, in post-productions. We saw 20 minutes of it. Anyway, okay, we can talk about that later. Dave, what'd you think? What'd you feel? No stuffy criticism. Hands on the buzzer.
This is a great version of this film. It's very concise. I do miss the voiceover a little bit, but I mean, they're not really messing with all of the told the story you want to tell, and it really, like, I was through the first hour and I was like, how long have I been watching this? And it was an hour and 5, and I'm like, fucking hell, that's like, that moves fast. So yeah, it's absolutely still a good story for the final cut. I just really dig the style of that theatrical cut.
Yeah.
More than that.
Anything else? Anything else stick out? It's a very concise response he gave.
Yeah, I always do that at the beginning. Then I get into it.
Just like John and I.
Yeah, we keep we're supposed to keep this first bit quick, not 20 minutes long.
I will say I did read.
I hear what you're saying, Dave.
What the fuck was that?
Gentlemen, is it my turn?
Yes, go.
Is it your turn?
Actually, I want to go last since I have the lowest one. Jeff, why don't you go first?
I agree with what Dave said. I actually just jumping off of that, I went back and read the plot description because I was kind of like, am I missing? I feel like not a lot happened in this, and this is a very epic sci-fi adventure, and it's a huge action-packed thing, and James Hong's apartment looked just like John's apartment in LA in 2019, and so I was thinking...
I always forget James Hong is in this.
It's so cool. Well, he looks old. I mean, he's in his 50s, but he looks
already
80.
Sure.
And
He just always looks
40 years ago. Anyway, so I went back. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. I went back and actually, really, there's not that much that happens. It's really concise. I think that's a really good word, and I think that's one of its strengths. And I think there's a lot of movies, especially with series now, trying to flesh things out to the point where they're just fucking papering over things and making these 10-minute scenes say nothing. And it's really great to go back in time and see concisely told stories. To me, I think the thing that holds it back is that the aesthetic is really dirty and really messy, which isn't necessarily a problem, but it doesn't make me feel good watching it, but it not in like a Taxi Driver way where I can't feel it, but God, I feel something, and it just fucking makes me like my blood boil. It pulls me out a little bit by just how unappealing it is to like the flashing lights and the rain. It's so dark. Like, I feel like The Matrix does that well, but then it pairs it with light and dark and sound, and I feel like there's more depth of detail, and I feel like the overall aesthetic of this is very consistent, which is not always
very much anti-Star Trek. Like, Star Trek is humans went through some rough stuff and got it right. It's all shiny and glossy. And This is humans just kept doing the same bullshit they're always doing and let it go. Yeah.
I mean, I could have used more scenes from the what am I calling it? The Wuhan market, whatever that weird ass market is in LA that he goes to, with the fucking birds flying, like and the weird reptiles, some of which are fake and stuff, and the bat soup and stuff. I think it's really done well, and I love. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. The original cut, we don't watch the initial test, the Voight Kampf test. What is that called? The Voight Kampf test?
Voight Kampf test, yeah.
We don't watch that. We watch it from Harrison Ford's perspective in the original one, right? We don't just... I watched it like we were in the room, like it was almost a cold open in this one. And I thought that was a really smart choice. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
No, I think that's in every version. There's just more of Harrison Ford before it.
I like that they entered him late, kind of like Luke Skywalker, right? Where they had him enter a little bit after that initial action. This motherfucker was still frozen in carbonite when this guy. I can only imagine the excitement around getting Harrison Ford in 1982 after he only did a Star Wars in 80 and he only did Raiders in 81 and then this. And then I can only imagine. I can't believe more people didn't go to see it. Anyway, I did really like this movie. I love how concise it is. It's just that the aesthetic just gets tiring for me after a while. And that's it. John.
Interesting. This is a movie, and I think my block with this movie is that I enjoy thinking about it more than experiencing it or more than feeling anything from it. And you guys know me. I really do respond the most to emotionally triggering movies. And
What?
however they get there, sure. However they get there, it doesn't really matter to me, but there's a lot of different ways to do that. But if I just have trouble caring at all about anyone in this movie, except for maybe up to the very end, and we'll eventually talk about this, the replicants acting more human in some ways and discussing that, talking about that aspect of fear. And then of course that last monologue, there are some things there, but like, I just don't know if I enjoy, I just have trouble feeling anything while I'm watching it. And I'm not even sure, because you made me, I was going to say, until you said that, Jeff, that my favorite thing about Ridley Scott that we have always said, we said it with The Duelist, for sure, with his first film. This is his third film. I feel this way about
something
Alien.
in between those movies. Oh, there it is.
Alien, yeah.
Which is also really dark and really like very.
Exactly.
You feel that movie. It's not very
atmospheric,
pulled away.
right?
Yeah.
He's so good at those moods and those atmospheres. And we said it about The Duelist too. Like the plot is just something that he doesn't seem to feel, at least at this point in his career, he didn't necessarily need that to be the reason he could create, gorgeous imagery that elicited some kind of specificity of atmosphere. I totally understand why Gen X, talking to you, Dave, Gen X saw this movie and was like, what the fuck? I didn't know a movie could look like that, could feel like that, could address specifically future sci-fi, dystopia, whatever that kind of genre and subgenres at the same time, using really unique, unusual production design and not relying as much on the special effects, or specifically the VFX, to do that. There was plenty of special effects, plenty of miniatures, plenty of amazing production design, but the actual, what we would call like VFX, which are already in play because Star Wars had opened up a whole new world of, lasers and things like that, right?
Yeah.
But
I feel like
Star Wars ruined this a little bit, because a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this? When they went and saw it, expecting something like Star Wars again.
Well, a super story-driven thing, right? It kind of made me wonder if...
Well, I mean, look,
I started thinking about...
Your protagonist is a murderer, and your like antagonists, who are supposed to be also protagonists, are homicidal murderers. Nobody really knows who they are. It's
like a Boba Fett story on Earth.
I think this
is like a Boba Fett Star Wars spinoff on Earth.
No,
I think this is my...
He's a bounty hunter, but a killer.
This is my hang-up with this story. And by the way, I am a big fan of the book. I'm a big fan of the book. This is not the book, that's not the thing I'm hung up on. I think the most interesting thing about Harrison Ford's character is what is projected onto him through Ridley Scott's filmmaking of whether or not he is a replicant.
Yeah,
and I think the movie does a disservice to itself that he doesn't get to tackle that in any way. The conflict within
like
your
they do in the
within
Denis does. That's smart, right?
Exactly. Which is why I love 2049 so much, because it is the substance of that entire story. You don't if I were to tell you like the plot of that movie, I would have a lot of trouble, because what's happening to him internally is the reason you keep watching him try to find the answer to that question.
Like that started a debate that lasted 50 years, but like the story itself doesn't care if he's a replicant. It doesn't change the outcome of.
Well, do you think it did? Because
like it still makes me like like the seed of this idea. I feel like Philip K. Dick's, the seed of his idea was that holy shit moment for a person that you were initially seeing one perspective from, and then realizing, oh my god, I might be them as well. And it's the stuff of so many great sci-fi series. Am I actually beyond what I thought what humanity was already, and we're living in this other thing, and I don't know what real is?
It sounds like you would almost love an extra hour of this movie that was the Bourne Identity, where Matt Damon wakes up and he goes, how did I get here? Am I a killer? Am I this person? You know what I mean? It's like,
if I remember rightly, the effects on the eyes weren't in the original.
On his eyes, or the eyes
everyone's eyes? There wasn't a dedicated like effect hint with the eyeballs.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
You're dealing with a replicant, which you see once on him.
and with James Hong's eyes.
I gotta say,
Okay.
my favorite stuff for sure is the references, allusions, suggestions of whether or not he's a replicant. Because for me, that's the only real mystique that is driving this, and it comes throughout. So like, there's enough for you there so that you feel like the most optimistic version I could say from my experience with this movie, both times watching it, is that there is enough of that throughout the movie that I am questioning his morality and ethics, if that even exists for a replicant, while he is doing the very, very, very simple task, which is the plot of this movie of just tracking down and killing these 4 replicants. That's all the movie really is in terms of plot, right? He falls in love with her too, like really fast, and they have weird sex, and then he's like super in love with her. But that, I don't know if that necessarily like gives me, that didn't do a lot to me for his character. The chase of these people is clearly the main plot, right?
But I have 2 questions, and I'm going to ask it to Dave, the first one, instead of Johnny, because I feel like I know what the answer is. Do you think that people are, it's kind of borrowing what John's saying, do you think that the idea of is he a replicant, because when you watch the movie, it's obvious. So I feel like it's almost like Ridley Scott said, he's been alive for 40 years. We have that justification. They've been working with him. So he can't be the Generation 6. That doesn't age. So I feel like he talked himself out of it. But do you think that the lore, it makes the movie more interesting to talk off of it if he is a replicant? So do you think that conversation was just fun to talk about outside of the movie, and that is why that came up? Because I didn't see anything in the movie. So where do you think that came from?
I didn't see anything in the movie suggesting that he was a replicant?
No, I saw the movie suggesting it, but I didn't see, but nothing that would make it actually like serious.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, no, just in the sense that like he should question it, but I never felt like they went far enough to suggest that he actually might follow through. That Ridley Scott would follow through.
The unicorn dream?
Whatever. I dream about the weirdest shit.
Well, yeah, but it's like his obsession with those old photographs, the fact that he can take a beating from these people who are apparently really strong, like so much stronger than normal human beings.
That's something.
The origami figures from the detective partner who is suggesting that he already knows what he's going to do. Even the exposition that he's that classic noir detective who's out of the game and we got to get you back in. And then the fact that detective, Edward James Olmos, just keeps slowly like pushing him into the next phase without any regard for him.
No, I mean, I saw all of these things, but in Harrison Ford's portrayal, I don't know. I felt it was very human. I don't know. I'm not blaming Harrison.
I'm not done.
Okay.
The eye motif. The eye motif from the very beginning that we keep looking at his eye, that sometimes you see light in his eye.
And the one eye, yeah. Like
it's the job.
Usually one eye's in shadow and one eye's not.
I think the last line even from Edward James Olmos was like, it's a shame she won't live, but who does? When he leaves another origami figure, which is the unicorn.
Yeah.
Which is basically, in my mind, that's him saying like, I know what you are and you need to accept it to be with her because you're not going to live forever.
So back to,
either,
right? So then forget about Dave. Back to you. I'm kidding, Dave. But then why didn't he confront it?
And he doesn't prove himself.
Then why didn't he confront it?
Test.
Then why didn't he confront it? What's the point of doing all this if he's not actually going to confront it?
And Jeff, I think if Ridley were here, he would say that's incredibly uninteresting.
I saw all of it
for him to confront it, and that's interesting to me.
Yeah,
I think there is a way in which we can at least see him question it. I just need him to question it. I don't even need him to question it out loud. I just need him to question it, and I think you're right. I think that is interesting.
Then watch the second movie.
Well, the second movie came out 35 years after this one.
I do really appreciate though and this is like me totally projecting this onto him, because I've also heard Harrison Ford in an interview say he did not play this with any possibility that he was a replicant, that all of that was created after the fact, which is, I mean, he read the script. I'm sure like the origami and some of those things were in the script. I'm sure he considered
he apparently hated the first script.
And he felt like this is what I've heard him say. He felt like he clarified all this with Ridley Scott, the director, and they decided, no, you're not. And Ridley was thinking, it's better if you don't play it and nod to it so that I can fuck with the audience when I want to, because you're so convinced you're not that. But I do feel like the final close-up on Harrison Ford as dude is dying, which is a Powerful scene. Like I do.
Powerful.
That was
With
my
that- with
favorite
that
moment in the whole
dove or
movie for
whatever that
sure.
flew through.
Yeah,
whole
I mean
scene,
their
the whole
whole
scene.
their whole chase sequence is a little bit like, I think I know where this is building. This is all just production design. It's just how many places can we have them run around and show all this rain? But that
Sure.
final moment really does deliver something. But for me, it's because I finally feel like I'm seeing Harrison Ford confront what he's afraid might be true, which is that he might also be this, and he is in such a state of denial that he does not have even the level of humanity that replicant had.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
he's an older model, but the newer models age quicker, which is why Harrison Ford's gonna outlast him.
well, I don't. Something I didn't understand is that do the older models even die? So therefore, does he not have does he not value life in the same way, his own life, because there is no death in sight?
And I would love to, Dave, chime in, get in here.
No, I mean, all of this is imagined. None of that was given away in the film.
So what do you think? What do you feel? You've seen this movie 5-6 times,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Why do you keep pressing play
have
on
you
it?
seen
Let's
the-
start with that.
why do you?
Yeah, have you seen the other versions?
I think we saw a different. I feel like we saw a different version the last time we saw it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't remember. I don't know.
Is there a version where he's driving her in a car at the end?
Yeah.
They're sitting on a
I thought
mountaintop?
so.
Yeah,
I thought that's what we watched. I thought that's what we watched, but without the voiceover.
I don't remember.
John's frozen
dude.
for me.
I don't remember if we had.
I hear your voice, but
voiceover.
your picture's frozen.
He's
Really?
permanently
I
introspective.
remember the car, but I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not interpolating the 2049, but with these characters, because in 2049 he definitely takes Ana de Armas in some kind of moving vehicle.
Yes.
I can't
Yeah.
remember, Dave.
So Dave, Dave, why have you enjoyed rewatching it so many times? Why do you like press and play? What are you looking for in that rewatch?
I'm just looking for, I guess, I watch it from a perspective all the time and I get so wrapped up in the story because the story is good and the story is central in this. Like, it's actually masterful storytelling. None of the production or sci-fi elements overshadow the story. So I just, like, I'll come back to that. But the first thing that grabbed me when I first watched this was the noir.
Yeah,
Like, the
And the
voiceover
of course, yeah.
interspersed with what I very weirdly remembered as a saxophone, but it's not. This soundtrack is all synth.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But it's so distinctive and like, but just
Vangelis. It's such a good score. The
Yeah.
score is so good.
like this was the first time I paid attention to music in a movie, I think.
Did
so
you guys
good.
watch?
And he'd
did you
already
guys
won
watch
an
it with
Oscar for
headphones?
No.
I did. I watched it on my big TV with headphones, and it really
Dude,
was
that
awesome.
first boom, that first
Yeah.
bass hit
Yeah.
before the title scroll, like before all of that. I mean, just so bold. The music.
We watched a
is
different
amazing.
version because I feel like there were more saxophone riffs when we watched it, you and I, John. 'Cause I didn't hear those the same way I did this time. Right? I feel like maybe they even tamped the music down in the new cut.
Maybe
I mean,
they-
Vangelis
Wait, Dave,
has passed
so
away.
Dave,
so
which version is
I
the voiceover version?
I think that's theatrical.
The first one. Okay.
But I thought they pulled it and they had a theatrical version with no voiceover. I thought,
I've heard Nolan say before that, you know, when he's listing off movies that really impacted him, that the theatrical cut is the one that rocked him the hardest, and that he,
Yeah.
you know,
But,
he
like,
doesn't pay
well,
attention.
if I heard
as
that,
much
I
to, like,
probably would
Why
really
don't you
think he's
push
a
and play on
replicant.
this thing? Like the production design contributed to 50 years of sci-fi.
honestly,
like,
no, yeah, I don't think it
there
can be
is
undersaid.
Yeah, this was shit that was inspired by this. Was like Altered Carbon, Firefly, Cyberpunk 2077, Neuromancer, Ghost in the Shell, Matrix.
Ghost in the
Matrix.
Shell, for
ton of
sure.
them.
Oh yeah, Matrix. Oh my God, you see Matrix all the raining at night, like you see
Dark City
everywhere.
Yeah, Dark City just took
yep.
the gothic elements, but yeah,
Yeah,
Sin City. I know it's not sci-fi, but it's that.
sure.
I feel like this is like it definitely absolutely that neo-noir thing, but this is like, in a way, it's so traditionally, like, sometimes when I think of neo-noir, I think of them contrasting some of the traditional elements like dark with light, like a Chinatown or
Well,
Twin
they did an
Peaks.
interesting. It didn't happen all the time, but they did an interesting thing. There was a mixture of soft and hard light hitting the same subject. So you got the rap,
Well,
but you also got sharp
yeah.
shadows.
Damn. Because I know it doesn't matter. I know the Oscars don't matter, but Jordan Cronenweth won the BAFTA for cinematography for this, and then wasn't even nominated for an Oscar. And then costume design was nominated and production design was nominated.
Should have been.
And neither of them won. And I believe they lost to E.T. And that was good. Okay. So there's only one other thing that you're talking about. This is so great. Unless you want to keep talking about production, you can come back to it. But they do the classic movie thing, and then they don't go there. And and this time I was like, oh, they're going to fucking do it. Harrison Ford is asked, and I think he's actually asked by Rachel before it comes out that it's a replicant. What if you kill a human and it's not, and what happens then? Yes, if you kill a replicant, then that's it. It's extermination. It's fine. Everything's great. You're a hero. But what if you accidentally kill a human and then he doesn't? And I actually thought with Zora, the stripper, that whole scene is really great. I thought it was, and then they're running in the street, and then he sees Rachel, and then that whole sequence is incredible. It's incredible. I'm not trying to put this movie down anymore. I want to bring it back up. I want to see him at least question if she was human or something, and it's like I just feel like they get off easy. That risk isn't really confronted full on. What if he kills a human? And they even bring it up in the movie, so I'm surprised. What do you think about that?
Yes, dude. That would just be.
He had a similar reaction to as if he'd killed a human.
Okay, I think you're right about that.
Afterwards.
I see him. Maybe this is where the voiceover helped. Maybe the voiceover in that.
Wait, hold on, wait. I'm going to disagree with that. I felt like he had the shakes very specifically because that was one of the first times that he did feel the pressure of his life ending because he thought he was going to die because that dude was beating the shit out of him. I didn't think he still had the shakes from the previous kill he made.
No, straight after he killed her, she's laying on the ground. He's like all fucked up for a second.
Okay, I thought you were talking about when he was sipping his vodka and just in the room with Rachel, and he's like, I have the shakes too. And he literally
did she say anything that would lead him to believe he might be a replicant? Like, was he questioning it by then? And when he killed her, did he say, I killed one of my own, even though she was a replicant? Like, again, I feel like
in that scene, Rachel says to him, have you ever given that test to yourself?
She said that. Rachel did, and that's great.
Right.
But before that, when he kills Zora, and she goes through a million different windows in that mall, and he sees her, and he waits for her to die. Did Zora say anything in that previous scene that would make him believe?
I don't think so.
Right? Anyway, so I wish that was confronted a little bit more. But maybe it was there. Maybe I got to see it a fucking third time. I don't know.
But you're right. It's something that I thought about for sure every time until the final guy who does confront it.
I thought it, but they said it out loud. What if you kill a human?
But I don't think the other three.
Of course. I thought that in the opening scroll. I was like, wait, what if you accidentally kill a human? Be like, fuck, sorry, thought it was a replicant.
Yeah. And that's an example of them bringing up like Chekhov's gun and not using it.
Yeah. But at least like risk it. I don't know. Whatever.
I thought it was weird. The other three replicants do not, and maybe there's even an argument that the final guy doesn't actually challenge him on that as well, that they didn't see. Do you think they thought he was a replicant? The replicants he kills? Do you think they even...
No. They were.
No,
I don't think there was a thought process there. They were just trying to survive.
The new ones are designed to think they're not replicants, right? I think that's the idea. And they figured it out, right?
And the new ones knew.
So the 4 were not level 6. The 4 were level like 5s or whatever.
No, they were 6s.
But
they were aware that they're replicants.
8 or whatever. She's new. So that's what I'm saying. The fact that they didn't, I was hoping, I think and again, I could see Ridley saying like, fuck that. That's not interesting to me. It's all about mood. It's all about not giving answers away. But I think one of the more obvious ways for him to have was for each person he kills, in a way, they would have challenged him a little bit more or in different ways by recognizing, you know what you're doing, right? Like, you know who you are, right? And you're still going to kill me. But like, it's totally absent for my watch. I didn't feel that at all. Right. So it really does feel more and more.
The one thing
it really does feel more and more like a chase and kill.
The one difference they did give you was you felt equally for Harrison Ford and Roy. So
that was cool. Like, that was cool when his hand wasn't working, and they did a good job with that.
He was like the best antagonist ever because he was threatening, but then he makes a joke with like the eyes and the teeth and stuff, and you're like, he's going to kill this guy. No, he just made a joke, and then all of a sudden he's crushing heads.
Yeah.
And then my favorite line in the movie is actually one he drops during that chase scene. where Harrison Ford starts climbing the building. He's like, "Where are you going?"
Oh yeah.
It was such a poignant question.
Yeah.
To Ridley Scott's credit, I actually think they did a good job with the visual storytelling of when Rutger Hauer's character finally got to Tyrell, and he wanted to confront him, and Tyrell was just so impressed by his work, that he didn't see the quote unquote humanity of the thing he created, and I think Ridley Scott pulled that off really well. But separate question: do you think that the scene where Harrison Ford doesn't let Rachel leave so that he could kiss and then fuck a robot was weirder or less weird than in Rocky when Sylvester Stallone doesn't let Adrian leave and then they have to kiss and make out on the floor? Which one was a weirder, you're not allowed to leave unless you make out with me moment?
Definitely creepier and weirder.
Even though this is a robot, even though this is a
like
non-human.
make out with me because you can't make it out the door, and the other one is like picking up your Roomba and spinning it around.
I don't care what two robots
They made
do.
a Roomba joke.
I don't care what two fucking robots do.
But how do you know it's two robots?
Well, we know one of them's a robot.
Yeah.
And then that makes me less... I'm more comfortable with that than I am with what the fuck happens in Rocky.
And then later he's like, do you love me? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, what is happening here?
And that is a weird moment. That is straight up 80s. Harrison like pushes her into the thing. And then that moment, that's such...
Yeah.
It's not funny. We're laughing about it, but the pre-Me Too storytelling is, things have shifted now. When he pushes her away from the door.
I'm going to show you how much I love you by throwing you up a wall.
Yeah, and then it's immediately followed with she's scared, and he has his hands around her face, and he's like, "I'm not going to hurt you." After he just fucking grabbed her arm and threw her against the wall, motherfucker. Now again, she probably doesn't feel pain. She's probably stronger than him. She's probably, but still,
she doesn't know any of that.
80s
also, I don't know why
moment.
everybody's homes look like big open conference rooms. Like, why is she living in this room that looks like a big old office space? And like in Tyrell, everybody's like, I feel like people didn't have rooms and like the same way.
All right, so fun production design. If you live in LA, you'll recognize these places. Harrison's apartment.
It's all LA.
Is at a very famous Frank Lloyd Wright house here in LA in the neighborhood of Los Feliz. You can drive by and see it. It has those Mayan stone designs. They very famously shot there. And then the entire showdown where J.F. Simmons, what was his name? Simmons or Stevens, or the apartment that she tracks him down to, and then they have the final showdown in. The guy who builds the machines, who builds the little characters. What's his last name? What's his fucking character's name? J.F. Simmons or J.F. Stevens, or you know what I'm talking about? Sebastian, thank you. That entire apartment building is a historic site called the Bradbury Building, which is downtown, and it is beautiful and amazing. And this is one of the most iconic uses of it in film. So both of those buildings are like really cool, amazing architectural places in LA, and I think it's so awesome that he shot there. Like, you're not allowed up in the Bradbury Building anymore. And I was watching this thing again. I was like, oh my god, he soaked it.
It's because there's water
so everywhere.
Water dripping.
How did he not ruin this building? Like,
he did. That's why you can't go up there anymore.
Yeah, he might have. Also, we haven't mentioned, we did talk about one of the Coen brothers' first ever movies, Blood Simple. We didn't talk about Emmett Walsh here as the cop. He's just so well cast, and he is so himself. I love how authentically like himself he is.
Yeah.
In all of these.
All right, so let me bring up, so just for fun, because I think some of our listeners probably have seen 2049. The difference between Emmett Walsh's approach, if we're taking the stance that he's a replicant, and I think he is, if his boss character and Robin Wright's character in 2049, where she basically she is acknowledging that he is, basically, right? She's like, there's a tone in the way she talks to him. I don't know if she literally says the line, but they both have that similar kind of
I have to watch that again.
Yeah, that kind of you're replaceable vibe, and they just send them into dangerous situations no matter what. But anyway, I just feel like they're two different takes, two different styles, but in my mind, they're doing the same thing, which is we're kind of role playing.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh-oh.
John's gone. He was totally... hopefully his audio is okay, because he was glitching out for us. Yeah. Hopefully the YouTube is okay.
It's not okay.
Dave, you might want to dog ear this for when you're gonna have to edit this here a little. Thanks, Dave, for editing these episodes. Yes, I think so.
I just thought it was interesting. Those are two totally different takes.
You're talking about Robin Wright. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. The argument is there that they were all basically just role playing so that he would do what he was designed to do. And I just think that's, if you look at this entire movie is, I feel like it's almost like set up so that he will fulfill what he's supposed to be, which is, I don't, do you even feel that he has actual memories of quitting?
No,
of doing
honestly,
the job before?
Yeah, he does.
Oh. Yeah, so he does. He does. He says it. He talks about it.
Because the whole thing about his wife left him and everything.
But it's just, first of all, I don't think he says that in this version. I think that's only in the voiceover.
No,
he mentions it. But it's just a quick throwaway.
Him. But is it a memory or is it just something that was programmed into him? Yeah. Fucking hell. Damn it. But now John's making me think that actually, like, both John and I were agreeing that they didn't do enough about confronting the fact that he's a replicant. And now I'm sitting here and the more we're fucking talking about it, the more I'm thinking about how it's very clear that he might actually be a replicant and I need to fucking watch it again. All you're doing, John, is making me want to watch it again. You with your fucking low grade, which you upgraded a little bit. Thank you.
I just went up.
And Dave went down. You went up. Your guys are coming to me. You guys are working your way towards me.
I still stand by what I said initially, which is how I still feel with this film, which is why I think some people love it and why it has such a legacy, because it's thought-provoking. I prefer thinking and discussing this film more than I enjoy watching it or feeling anything while watching it.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. You could say that about Star Wars. Star Wars, all this shit that we love about the Force and stuff, on screen, it's like 10 minutes. So, he's with Yoda for like 10 minutes in that weird planet, and we love Star Wars, but we love thinking about it more than we love seeing it. So I'm not even going to take that as a knock. This is the kind of movie that I got to see again, and I can't wait. And also, you're shitting out again, John, and so why don't we fucking end this episode before Dave has to edit 10 times?
God damn it. What is happening? I don't know what's happening.
That's okay. We hear you. It's just the video, and I'm sure your audio is great. You look like this.
It caught up.
Oh, you're back.
Sort of.
Anyway.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I think we have to leave some meat on the bone if there is any here.
It's gone again.
How about this? Did this movie invent 6-7? He said 6-7, go to hell or go to heaven. What was that shit? Remember he invented 6-7? That was Rucker Hauer did that later. He was like 6 or 7, go to hell or go to heaven. You don't remember that? They invented 6-7. Dave does, and he just wants to forget that ever happened.
Yeah,
Jeff teaches young people.
Oh my God. The first person who tried to teach me what it meant, I was like, you need to go to the help center at your school. They're like, it's just like 6-7, And I was like, no.
Yeah, it's
I don't.
5.
I was like, I don't. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You know what kids are good at though? They're kids. They are clear about recognizing when they're not making sense. They're good at that. They don't sit there and be like, you don't know. They're like, I understand that I'm not being clear. They are good about that, and they're not clear a lot. So that's great. Okay, guys, we got to wind this down.
Yes.
So we ended up with, I said good, Jeff said great,
and I said great.
Dave came down to great. Okay, good. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, but this is an iconic movie, so I'm a little, but it's okay. You only bring us down a little, John. No, I'm kidding.
Sure.
We
doesn't
love
matter
movies.
at all. Let me end with this. I want to eventually love this movie as much as so many people do. I want to. And I'm excited to watch maybe the other version with the voiceover and see if that
Dave, rig it to,
for me.
Was it 2017? Rig it to whatever that year is so that we can do the other Blade Runner.
God, 49 is so good. 2049 is amazing.
I only saw it one time and I loved it.
Too.
I loved so much about it. So if it's I think it's 2017. I shouldn't just keep saying that on this podcast and not be clear while people are actually trying to like potentially count on us for information.
I think it is 2017. I think I feel good about that.
It was. Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
it's time for us to guess. We're going to do what you've been watching and then tell you what we're going to be doing next week. But we got to pick a year here. So, John, what year do you think Dave is about to spin right now?
2002. 20 years later.
Did we just do 2002?
Yeah.
We did it last week, right? Didn't we do it last week?
On the nose, 2000.
We literally did 2002 last. No, 2 weeks. No, wait. When was it?
We did 2006.
We did it recently.
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyway,
I'm sure you're right. I don't remember anything we do on the show.
I'm going to say 67.
Okay.
1932.
45.
Oh, your second
Big
guess was
year.
close.
Nothing happened that year.
Yeah.
Nothing occurred.
We haven't done 2002 in a while, so that's on me. We did Punch Drunk Love. No, we did Punch Drunk Love a couple months ago in 2002. Guys, 1945, really good year. A lot was going on in movies. Nothing was going on around the world, so everybody was around to just make movies.
Yeah, I feel like our world history segment's going to be longer than the movie review, whatever it is.
Yeah, what movies were being filmed in 1944, the year of D-Day? I'm very curious to go back through that. But we're not going to sit here and Google movies. We're going to tell you at the end of the episode after a very short break what we're watching next week. We're doing what you've been watching. I got Marty Supreme coming up, but we don't start with me. We always start with Dave. Dave, what you been watching?
Last night, me and the missus sat down and put on Life of Chuck.
Oh, was it great?
It was great. And you'll love it because it's backwards.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
It starts with like Act 3.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. Awesome.
You'll
And this
love
is
it.
directed by Callahan.
Yeah, Flanagan.
Flanagan. Thank you.
Yes.
The guy who made Dr. Sleep, Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor.
And is currently working on The Dark Tower. Yes.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I feel like my parents watched that and they were
Sweet.
surprised. And then I said, they made all these movies that you liked. And they were like, oh, there were series that they liked.
I've
What's the
heard
one where
this
they're trapped
movie
on an
is
island?
So good.
What's the one that he made that they're like on an island?
Midnight Mass.
Yeah, my parents love Midnight Mass. That was a
Yeah.
pandemic watch for them.
I called that one in the first episode.
Not
Ooh,
everybody
Dave.
did. Good for you.
Dave.
I like Bly Manor. I love all that kind of stuff. It's great.
Nice. Nice. All right,
Have
well,
you
I'm
heard the
excited to watch
trivia
that.
about the when they're in the car? Remember they're in the car and they're talking, having an argument, and that girl just comes between
I
them?
haven't
Yeah.
seen it. I haven't seen it. Don't
Yeah, okay.
ruin it. I need to watch that one.
John, what
Anything
you been
else?
watching?
No, that
Guys-
was all I saw.
Literally after last week's episode, where I was like, I just don't know if I even want to continue with Stranger Things. I walked out, and my wife was like, "You want to just go ahead and finish Stranger Things?"
Do you
I
say
was
my wife
yeah,
like
let's-
Borat? I feel like it's like my wife.
My wife. My beautiful wife Elizabeth, who we're celebrating our second anniversary today.
Oh my God.
wow.
Love you, baby.
Oops, I pushed two buttons at once.
You pushed a lot of
Every
buttons.
every button.
Just
for
mash the fucking
anniversary.
controller.
What Elizabeth wants on her anniversary. Thank you for doing an episode on our anniversary. You chose today, by the way. Or maybe you celebrated it last night, and that's why you weren't coming back. Anyway, you go ahead.
We were up.
Keep talking.
We were upstate all weekend. Anyway, we did over those 4 nights or 2 nights or however long it took. We did finish it, and I'm glad we did. And I totally agree with you guys.
Nice.
The actual sci-fi adventure-ness, like the actual action part of it, which is the bulk of most of those episodes, I really did enjoy. But I think
yes.
the end coda, the last like 45 minutes where they wrap up the end of their childhood, was my favorite part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they did a really good job with
Did
that, and I felt like
Wait, did you see were you spoiled about when they put the books away or whatever? Is that what you were going to say, Dave?
No, I was going
Was
to
I
ask, did you see
spoiled
the
by it?
SNL thing this week?
Oh, I haven't
Where
seen
they
this.
got the kids back. And
So, you know, when
it's
they-
like he's got a life in New York, and it's basically Sex in the City, but it's 3 actual kids from the show. And suddenly
Oh,
his
that's
nose
fun.
bleeds. And he's like,
Oh my
have you got
God.
powers? He's like, no, that's cocaine.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. No, John, you know when
Oh,
when
that's
there's like the POV from the bookshelf and they're all putting like the books on the shelf?
yeah,
Supposedly, and maybe this was just leaked because they want people to watch it, but supposedly they gave them all like
supposedly.
supposedly
So I was doing a Joey. I was
whatever
doing
it
the
is.
Joey. Come
Yeah,
on.
I know. Supposedly they
Okay.
gave them all like their scripts of the pilot or like their original scripts, so that as props or whatever it was, like signed something that was actually like real and personal to them, which is why they had those really emotional reactions. Like it was
That's
like,
cool.
here, go ahead and open it, and then put it on the thing, and then they opened it. And it was like their pilot scripts or with signed like signatures from everybody or something. Yeah.
This is probably the best review I can give. After it was all over, and Elizabeth and I aren't like huge Stranger Things fans, but it's always fun when art does more than entertain you, and entertainment is more than entertainment. And after it ended, her and I talked about childhood for like 2 hours. Like
Wow.
we ended up having like a really deep reflective conversation on like, when was the last time, do you think about childhood? Like, and we just started like really dissecting like how it felt, because I don't usually go back there on my own. I'm not one of those people who like yearns for that time in my life, but this show really made me remember how special and vulnerable and unique that period of life is, and you'll never ever get it back. And every now and then a show like this comes along and kind of reminds you of what that felt like. So,
but if you're like me, it can carry on to your 50.
They did a sure, or we can be Dave. Yes, but congratulations, Stranger Things. I think they really fucking.
See, they've got
you were surprised last week. We were like, really, and look at you. You came full circle.
They're making an animated show of Tales
I wish
from
they
85.
didn't do anything else. If they had real balls, they would fucking put the hammer down and say it's over. Just press play
They're not
again
gonna
if
let
you want
them
to watch it. That sucks. That's too bad. But whatever.
Okay, so me, what did I watch? I did my annual starting Lord of the Rings, but I kind of do it when I'm not going to finish. So I watch it like as if it's like 20 episodes as opposed to like 3 movies. And so I watched the first one almost all the way through, which is great. I can't wait to keep going with that.
Extended?
When I'm folding. Yeah, of course.
So good.
The whole like Galadriel scene really got me the most this time. It's all great, but that's
I have all 3 extended edition Hobbit movies, and I've never watched them.
Well, it's really.
I'm like, who has fucking time for that?
Well, it's really hard when Peter Jackson goes, these movies are not as good as I wanted them to be, and it's hard for you to then go and watch them and be excited. It's hard. He goes, it's not my fault. Guillermo left too late in the game, and it's like, okay, how am I supposed to go and watch this and be like, I can't wait to watch this now?
That's good. That's so funny.
I did that. The Pit came back this weekend. You guys love The Pit, right?
I do, but I haven't started it. Is it great? Are you loving it? Is it good?
I haven't actually watched this season yet, but I can't wait to get back into it. It's going to be great. I love the first season, though. You're going to be great. I can't wait for that. And I actually am excited for the new Game of Thrones series, even though I kind of gave up on House of the Dragons. Dave, you kept watching it.
It's out now.
It's out now. I know. I got some work to do. I watched Marty Supreme. So let's talk about Marty Supreme. That's the other one because I watched Songs on Blue.
You just reminded me of something else I watched. The first 2 episodes of the new Star Trek Starfleet Academy series.
Oh, with Paul Giamatti and
Paul.
Dude, it was not what I was expecting at all.
Holly Hunter?
Yeah.
Is it Holly Hunter?
Yeah,
and Paul Giamatti.
It was not what I was expecting at all, and I fucking love it.
No way. Holly Hunter. Love Holly Hunter.
Wasn't Paul Giamatti on Star Trek like decades ago? And like he was in like the Next Generation as a reoccurring alien guy.
Look at him.
I thought this was like a nostalgic thing that they were bringing.
Look at him. How would he not be on?
I mean,
just look at him.
He really embraces that. He's excellent.
I just love Holly Hunter's got an Oscar, and she's like, I love. This is the world of television now. She has an Oscar, and now she's doing a Star Trek spin-off show. I mean, it's amazing.
Doesn't he? Does he not?
No, he does not. I thought he'd win for Cinderella Man, but he ended up losing to George Clooney.
Anyway, carry on.
Okay.
Syriana? Okay.
Yeah, Syriana. Yes, George Clooney has an acting Oscar. That's right.
Guys, you can't.
Guys, I actually really like Marty Supreme. I thought I think I might have loved it. I have to watch it again, maybe at some point. It's just so fucking Safdie Brothers how much of a disaster movie this is. It's a fucking sports movie. It's not even like back to what I said before about Songs in Blue. It's Songs in Blue, whatever. Fuck, you know what I mean. I drink. It's like it's not even a rags to riches story. Nobody believes in me. Bottom to the top. You know, I want to be the greatest. It's not even like that kind of movie, even though it is a sports movie. It's a fucking disaster movie. Every decision he makes leads to consequences that suck for him in the entire movie. And it's awesome. It's great. It's so good. And I love his relationship with her, not like the her in the movie. It's like, I love how he's like, no, I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that. I'm really mad. I'm really fucking furious, but I don't blame you for why I'm mad and I'm furious. Even though the thing that you said, I love the texture of it. It's just so interesting and unique of a movie, but it's also a little stressful and it's exciting and it's different and it's not like anything you've seen before. And that's what part of the reason it's so great. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I need to see it again. It's really good.
It's really good. Yeah. Very, very good movie. Definitely worth seeing again. To go out and see it, folks. Make that money.
Make them, give it some money. Go ahead. It's
vote
great.
with your money. We want to see more movies
And
like that. Go spend money on that movie.
It's great. It's great. Okay, let's go ahead and take a 10-second break to listen to some Dasein, and then we're going to tell you what movie from 1945 we're going to do next week.
Jeez.
This has to be our first time in 1945. It has to be. Okay, see you in a second.
No, it's not. All right, see you in a second, film friends. And we're back.
Oh my gosh, John, go ahead and announce it. Let's do it.
We are doing Billy Wilder's 1945, The Lost Weekend. Oh my God.
It's about a subject we don't know anything about. What's it about?
Alcoholism.
It is the first movie attributed to deal with alcoholism. Here we go.
An alcoholic is followed through a 4-day drinking bout. We're a positive film podcast that drinks while we watch movies and talks about it. So I wonder if we actually might remember this one next week when we're like, God, what movie are we doing next week? We might remember it because it's on brand for us.
Please watch it, film fans. Watch ahead of time so you can enjoy this. This is a breakout movie for Billy Wilder. Oh my God, it's going to be so good. Okay.
All right, until next time, film fans.